The Fishtails of Alaska is a project that initiated from when Liv and I were just having dinner one night.
I came across an article in Science Journal discussing the rapidly diminishing numbers of fish in the sea. This article claimed that in 40 years there would be no more fish left. What are you searching for? I thought to myself, wow, what if there were no more fish left in 40 years?
And I started telling her all of these stories that I grew up with and stories my dad told about these outrageous characters in Alaska and what it was to be kind of a fisherman in Alaska. Just the extremes of weather and sea and how it was to grow up in a place like that.
Fishtails is a multi-disciplinary piece of immersive, collaborative theatre.
The Unhidden Collective are a group of 8 artists. We consist of 3 singers, 2 dancers, a multimedia technician, a sound designer and a visual artist. There are groups within the group. Lauren and Franny run Tangled Dance Company, and the 3 singers were already a band called Goodbye Leopold.
We sing songs from all around the world in many different languages. We use choreography and movement.
So the audio-visual side of Fishtails is really exciting. We've got Ross, who's a sound designer. He's playing computer-generated sound live. We've got Samang, who's a visual artist, creating work with a light box. Then I'm playing with a lot of the research footage that Franny took on her last trip back to Alaska in terms of handling the documentary side. And in a more creative role, working with animation and projection mapping during the performance itself.
So at the moment, the project has been basically happening because, well, one, we've gotten a lot of support in kind from the Barbican, and we've had a lot of time to play in space that's been crucial to our development. There's something about the way in which you can share stories and share histories and maybe not tell a story directly, but maybe just share the experience of the story. So music and movement in particular, you can really get into the emotional context and quality of a place. Just to sit by the sea and what that feels like.
I think we're trying to tell a different kind of story, a visceral story, a physical story, where you can feel what's meant, where you can see and touch and taste and hear what it is to be in Alaska.
And we're looking to then take all of that kind of experiential information and artistry and tie that together with documentative narrative to create something that's very factual and real, but something that's very sensory, emotional and mythical.
How can we collaborate? How can we create textures? How can we give an entire environment to the audience?
Evolutionists, many of them are
and very selfish to haul themselves out of the water and eventually evolve into land animals.
The future of the project is a cultural exchange between not just 2 countries, but between very rural places and very urban places, between modern places like London and places in which people are still interacting more directly with nature.